Hello, my Darklings. Today I would like to talk to you about something very important. It is very important that you listen with your ears, your mind, and your heart. Today is a day that you will all recognize because today there has been animal cruelty involved. We shall reconcile it. I will not name the license plate number even though I memorize it, but sir, get your dog out of the truck because he's burning up and it's wrong. Now that I have addressed that, let me tell you something else. I am vegan. I will be vegan forever. I'm never going back to carnist, nasty ways. You may be carnist, which is not okay, but I can't force it upon you to go this way. Although it's better for your body, it's better for the ecosystem, and it's better for everybody in the world. Animals are friends, not food. They have feelings and lives of their own. We should not eat other species. It is wrong. And for the so-called Christians who believe that they're Jesus, God, Lord, whoever you worship, put animals on here to be eaten. The Bible, your so-called holy book that you claim and read from, says, guess what? That's a cow. That's a pig. That's a goat. That's a deer. That's a fucking reindeer, man. Okay? For Santa Claus. They don't want to be abused anymore either. They don't want to drive your sleigh. So stop it. Anyways, so I'm in all seriousness though, really, I'm just having some fun with y'all, but really, you don't need to be eating no animals, okay? It's bad for you. I don't care what your doctor says. It's not healthy. You're gonna die and get heart disease and cholesterol, which is gonna kill you. And I know I'm fat and I shouldn't be talking about this, but I just went to the doctor today and they said I'm perfectly healthy. I'm good. So I'm good for a year is what they told me. I'm gonna go back for a whole year because I'm that fucking healthy. So y'all can be that healthy too if you go vegan and try to be vegan. And I just want to give a quick shout out. Thank you, Dylan, for trying to eat some vegan food. And for anybody who makes an effort to try to be vegan, I thank you. It's not that hard though, trust me. I was in your place. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I love junk food, okay? I love it. And you know, I crave junk food, but you know what? I'm not eating it. You know why? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Seriously, watch Earthlings and watch Darius Scary by Aaron. You'll fucking be scared out of your mind and will not want to go back. You'll be so grossed out you don't want to go back. I did. He did.
Yeah.
Kenny did. We all did.
When you see another animal in pain, you can't help but sympathize with them, whether it's a dog, a pig, animal agriculture, because they don't show you the poor pig or cow being slaughtered, and you don't think about that when you see meat on your plate because it's purposely hidden from you. That's why it's really important to do your research and discover their cruelty involved in this horrible industry. And also, it's not healthy for you. Meat's actually very toxic for your body. Makes your blood very acidic, and it should only do that to a carnivorous animal.
Such as a lion?
A lion, which, by the way, are 50% scavengers. They don't even kill all, a lot of times unless they're, having to. But even carnivores, when they take down their prey, they take them down fast, and it's done, and it's natural. But we breed animals into existence, and we torture them. Innocent beings at that. We torture them for years before they're finally slaughtered. I mean, that's not ethical at all. You don't breed animals into existence and torture them just to have them slaughtered. If you're a lion, it's understandable. This animal grew up its whole life, lived a great life, and nature calls. But it's not torture, and it's not like the unethical treatment that we do upon animals. So we should really look into, like Holly said, Earthlings, watch documentaries that will educate you on the reality of eating meat. And there's a victim involved. When there's a victim involved, it becomes very wrong to continue.
Let me tell you something. Those who don't know, I know a lot of people watch me, so I guess I'm kind of like very influential. In the chicken industry, baby male chicks, they have no purpose for them. You know what they do with them? They put them in a grinder, grind them up alive. Even if they don't grind them up alive, they kill them. It's wrong. Baby male cows, they have no use for them. So you know what they do with baby cows? Because people want to drink milk, which by the way is pus and blood mainly.
Very nasty.
They take cows from their mommies and they fucking, slaughter them. If you don't know what veal is baby cow. Okay? How can you sit there and eat a baby cow? Like when I was a kid, I went to a rodeo one time, and this is before I was vegan. I didn't know, but what we watched the show where this guy roped a baby cow and drug it out, and that's part of the show. I didn't know it, but I was like 8 years old, and you know what? When I watched out, they're like, I can't wait till we have veal. Back then, if I had known what veal was, that dude would have got punched. I'm sorry, but it's fucking wrong.
Well, first of all, they stripped the baby cow from its mother. The mother is very deprived and emotional and crying for its baby for days and days. Then what they do with the baby cow is they, in a very small confined area, it sits there and cries for about 6 months until they're ready to slaughter it for veal meat. So yeah, basically the calves live a horrible life unless it's female, which they all grow up and they become a part of the dairy industry, and they only live 4 years in the dairy industry because they go down, and their natural lifespan is actually 20, I believe 20 years, 23 years. So that can kind of give you an idea of how depressed these cows are on dairy farms. They're not happy like the commercials say. They're really not, or else they wouldn't go down after 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were a baby male chick, would you want to be rounded up? I don't think so. If you were a baby cow, would you want to be taken from your mommy? I don't think so. If you were a mommy cow, would you want your baby to be taken from you? I don't think so. If you're a pig, would you like to have your throat sliced and you just hang there and bleed out?
Screaming a lot.
Screaming.
I mean, these pigs literally...
They even do it to turkeys. They did it for your Thanksgiving dinner you had. They did it to that bird. And by the way, while we're talking about birds, and I don't mean to be a bitch or anything, but while we're talking about birds, did you know that when you get this big freaking jumbo drumstick off of a turkey, did you know that that's not even real? They put a lot of hormones. They inject it with hormones and blow it up. Like blow it up. It's not natural. Chickens are not naturally that big. Hello, have you seen a chicken before it got slaughtered? It's usually really frill and really brittle. Sorry, but no, they're not even that big. They're like literally, like maybe a year old, and they're like literally like this big. The tummy is like this big, okay? When they're done with it and you buy it in the store, it's like this big. No
and
joke.
Chicken, that's the reason these chickens are pumped with hormones and cause of cancer. I mean, you're getting heart disease and all these other diseases and cancers when you hit 40, 50 because it catches up with you, and it's because of these meat products like chicken that are pumped with hormones that you've been consuming your whole life.
It's bad for you. You're gonna die early because it's bad for you. Everybody's gonna die eventually, except for me because I'm immortal. But anyways, bad. Nobody needs to do that. Nobody needs to eat a stinking chicken or anything.
And also,
bad.
she pointed out, people use tradition and religion to continue to eat meat. They use that as an excuse.
And it's not. Your religion is fake. I'm not even joking.
You have to think about this logically. Does your God want there to be world hunger around the world? Does he want children to starve around the world because we're feeding all of their...
That's what's going on, exactly.
We're using grains to feed our livestock so they can't have food and they can't grow their own grains. Does he want that, or she, whatever? Or what about the ecosystem? Does he want this huge amount of methane destroying the ozone layer, the atmosphere? It's basically destroying our planet. Does he want forests taken away for simply feeding livestock so we can consume meat when we don't have to, and we have all these other resources and to grow our own food? And if a deity wanted us to eat meat, then why is it so unhealthy? If it was something so natural for us and so right, then why do we get illnesses by eating meat. Is this the kind of God you're worshiping? You have to ask yourself this if you use a religious excuse. So, the logical answer is no. No, if there's any deity, they don't want you to get sick. They don't want children to starve. They don't want they don't want the
World hunger.
Kenny.
Oh my God.
They don't want the world basically being destroyed. He just sprayed with water hose, but yeah, it hit the window. Anyways, no, none of that. So you have to think logically and stop following this. You see all these commercials of Happy Meat, and so you have this social conditioning that it's normal to eat meat, but it's really not. It's you're hurting, you're torturing, you're paying somebody with your money to torture an innocent
1 second,
being.
I'm gonna get Kenny in. Because again, back to the religious thing, you're speaking about a God who says you can eat animals. Let me tell you something. I used to go to church. I was religious at one time. I gave that up because I know better. But let me tell you something. In the Bible, it even says you're not supposed to consume pork. You know why? Because they put demons in pork and they drowned off 40 pigs. I'm just saying, there's a scripture in there about that. So you're not supposed to eat pig. Definitely not. And yeah, you continue to do it. Why? I don't know. But it's not ethical, and your God even says not to do it. But yet you're still doing it. So, ask yourself, are you a real Christian? Are you a real Christian? Because people are telling me I'm an atheist, I'm a Satanist, I'm going to hell, God's going to make me burn in hell. Let me tell you something, little girl. Okay, I ain't burning in hell. And if I am, then at least I'm burning for the right reason and not for the wrong reason.
Exactly, and if she's burning, then you're going with her because you are doing something completely unethical by actually taking the lives away from innocent beings that didn't want to die, that scream and cry when they're being tortured. And
even if you're not doing it yourself, you're paying somebody to do it.
And you have someone who's just trying to express herself artistically and be an independent person and make something out of herself.
I don't come to your channel and tell you how to live your life. Don't come to my channel and tell me how to live my life, because I'm living mine the way that I should be. And I don't need you telling me
as long
what
as she's
I'm
not
doing.
torturing, raping, slaughtering, murdering, anything unethical, then it really isn't anyone's concern. But yet, y'all, some of y'all watching would say something bad about her in a heartbeat, but yet you are doing all these unethical things. So you really have to
compare yourself, put yourself there. Because see, I used to be religious, and I'll just be blunt with you. I was Pentecostal. And I learned some stuff there, and I realized what they were saying, and it wasn't right. And then I went to Baptist, and I realized what they were saying, and it wasn't right. And then I tried Catholicism for a little bit, and it's not right. So you know what? I even went to non-denominational people, and they still said bad things. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go to a church where somebody's going to stand at a pulpit and judge another religion or another faith and say that they're the true religion and that religion can come there if they want to hear the word of God because the other religions don't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm not going to church where people judge people. It says in the Bible that you should not judge people and to treat people how you want to be treated. Eye for an eye, and love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. If I'm your neighbor, why ain't you loving me, bitch? That's all I'm saying.
See, this is the problem with religion. People want to follow something, but yet they don't actually go by the teachings. They just want a God to believe in.
No, they just want something to throw in your face because you're not falling in line to what they want to believe.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't go to no line. I ain't committing to nothing, okay? Been there, done it, ain't doing it again. I was kicked out of a church, and I don't want to go to a church. So if I want to talk to a Jesus or something, I got a cloud to look at, okay? If I want to talk to somebody, if there is somebody up there, all I got to do is say, hey, yo, what's up? Let's have a conversation.
She doesn't have to go to someone to...
I don't need a preacher to get me to heaven, okay? If I'm going to heaven, I'm going to heaven. If I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell. If I'm going to limbo, I'm going to limbo. If I'm going to my own little world, I'm going. I'm already there, but I'm going.
If we're reincarnating here or somewhere else, that's really what's happening, by the way. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I've also grew up with a very religious background, and
we both have been there. Okay.
You know what's funny is that it wasn't until later that I turned away from Christianity because I actually read the Bible and seen a lot of inconsistencies. But you know what's sad is that
tell them about the babies. Tell them. They need to know.
I'll get there. But this is what's sad. I wanted to believe so bad, And it wasn't necessarily religion that pushed me away from believing that there was this deity or whatever, because I really tried. It was actually people, because they really showed people are so ugly in religion, and they put you down.
And they stick their noses up like they're better than you.
And it doesn't align with the beliefs, the teachings of the Bible. So once I realized that people were full of shit that were religious, I started to read the Bible myself and was like, okay, so why are people like this? So there's a lot of horrible things that were written down. And one of them is you're worshiping someone who wanted children to their throat slit because they weren't following with the teachings of this deity. And this deity got so mad that he wanted all the firstborns of Egypt to have their throats slit. I mean, you really have to think, and to me that makes sense to why people act so ugly in these religious scenes.
Oh, tell them everything. Tell me, because they believe.
If you disobey your children, if your children disobey you, you shall stone them to death. If your wife cuts her hair, she shall be stoned to death.
And real quick on that note, how many of you go to the barbershop and get your hair cut every day?
I'd say a lot.
Because I know people that got their hair this, like boy cut style short, and they'll go get it cut even shorter, even there. No offense to who I'm talking about, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry, but come on now.
If you masturbate, you shall be stoned to death.
Well, I'm sorry, I ain't giving that up.
If you, I can't even begin to explain every single thing that's so simple that you basically could only be a robot back in time without being stoned to death. And
pretty much.
Who glorified this?
Pretty much it was conform or die.
Conform or die.
Conform or die.
To me, this is a whole nother story, but when I take a step back and read all this, it really sounds like beings that want to control. And actually, there's a lot of things not added into the Bible. There's like a lot of missing things that actually aren't in the Bible that they took out, the 70 men took out, which includes other gods and fights that went on among the gods because they were trying to have control over his people. Kenny, come on, express yourself.
I'm nice.
Veganism, I don't care.
Veganism, come here.
We're on
just
it.
talk about
Just
it.
talk
Talk
about
about why, from your perspective, why is it wrong to eat meat?
Why is it wrong to eat meat? Because I'm trying to express this to these people because they need to know that it's bad. And I thank the people that are actually making a difference in the world and trying to be vegan. But you know what? We're going to get you to be vegan at some point. You're going to go there. It's going to happen. I know it will. I have faith it will.
The world.
People don't think I'm vegan. That's what we're saying. People don't think I'm vegan because I'm fat. Okay, and so I'm just letting them know straight up, I'm vegan. You can have your pus and guts all you want because it ain't coming in this body, honey. It ain't.
I see them eating meat, I see the animal.
Tell them about the chicken
we
leg.
don't. That's a good point. We don't see
Tell them.
meat on a plate. We see a slaughtered animal. That's the
An
difference
animal
between.
that had feelings and emotions.
And that cried.
And
before
guts.
making it
and
to your
suffered.
plate.
Guts and blood. I see guts and blood. Every time someone in my family eats a piece of steak or something, I'm like sitting there
But more
cringing.
so,
cringing.
what offends us is not necessarily how gross it is, but how that animal was a living animal. We don't see meat. We don't see this, food source. We see a fucking animal that literally screamed while its life was taken away. That's what's so offending when we see people eat meat. It's not like we're trying to be assholes.
No, we're just trying to get a point across.
Y'all
And
would
chickens.
a lot of y'all will also feel the same way. If y'all see a dog that's trapped in a car, y'all are quick to get offended and feel horrible for that animal. Well, that's when you have to step outside the box and see why we have that same perspective when it comes to seeing meat on a plate. It's because we see an animal that's suffering. Just like you see a dog that's suffering.
Doesn't mean that they don't have the same feelings and
They all have the
emotions as
same.
a
In
dog
fact,
does. They're
pigs
all the
are
same.
highly intelligent. Pigs are as intelligent as a 3-year-old child. This has been proven. Their cognitive
multiple
abilities
times.
are
Yeah,
amazing. They're
multiple times.
smarter than dogs, but yet we treat dogs like royalty while we consume one of the smartest beings on
Well,
this
we
planet.
don't consume, but others do.
Others, as a human race, a lot of us have took on this fucking
Psycho?
evil, lifestyle.
Psycho-genocide?
We've been indoctrinated into something. I was indoctrinated. I thought it was normal. We all thought it was normal, but
Oh, hell yeah. We used to eat steak every night, but we don't do that no more.
It comes to a point where when something is presented, this is what pisses me off the most. When something is presented to a carnist and the cruelty is actually shown to them and they can finally see it with their own eyes and the animal suffering and still not change and actually attack you for bringing them to that information is what pisses me off the most, because it's like you're proving that you don't care and you're a psychopath. Like, understand if you were ignorant and you didn't know and someone brings this information to you and then you change because you're like, oh my god, I didn't know this was going on. But for you to say, oh my god, you're an asshole, this is my life choice, stop intruding, what the fuck, that's not a very empathetic response, especially when you're aware that an animal is being tortured and murdered and it's being presented to you in a very nice way, might I add, and a lot of people act like it's like I just attacked them or something. No, I'm telling you the truth. You're hurting an animal. That's not my fault. Don't take it out on me for telling you what you're doing. Just be a mature person and change. Like, how hard is that? I did it. She did it. He did it.
We all did.
A lot of people have done it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dylan's trying it, so thank God.
Yeah, and I don't understand why a lot of people...
I'm sure Kayla and Mary and Tamara and Michelle and Hannah and all of you are going to try too really hard for me, because I love y'all. You know I love you, and you all have a life, you have your ways, but please, for the love of God, somebody to go try to be vegan. Just stop with the meat like I did. That's what I did. I stopped the meat immediately. And then dairy immediately after seeing dairy is scary.
Yeah, it's
stopped
like,
immediately, because how can you consume something if you know it's pus and guts?
If you know
How
it's
can
torture.
I can't. This is a lot of pus.
But you know
grossed me
what?
out.
This is the good news. When you change, it's not hard, because you have tofu, which you can season so many ways. You can have so many different foods with tofu.
We've had it and made it taste like chicken nuggets, man.
You can have all these vegetables, all these fruits that your body actually that you need, that you can actually get nutrition from.
Oranges are good for you, man. That's vitamin C. You need that.
There's mock meats. They're not necessarily the healthiest, but they're healthier than regular animal meat.
But,
so it's still a great alternative. So you have all these mock meats, you have all these vegetables, you have all these fruits. You can
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse. You have all these sweets still that you can get that's dairy free. So if you know it's wrong and that there are all these other alternative options as to eating food, why wouldn't you choose to live cruelty free if you know you have the option to, and you know you can still get all the amazing foods that you want? Speaking as far as eating the texture and the taste of meat, it doesn't feel like I've transitioned to veganism, because there are mock meats that have that same texture and that same taste. So it's not like you're depriving yourself of any kind of taste, because you can actually get that taste from a mock alternative.
You can veganize anything. And there's actually a lot of foods it is actually vegan that you don't realize. Like, we had came across the same thing. We cut out a lot of things and wait, oh no, we can still have that. That's
there's Oreos. As far as junk food, you have Oreos. Sometimes the Pop-Tarts. You have cereal.
Pop-Tarts,
Did you know, and I just have to let you know right now, last night I went to the store and I was craving something sweet and I didn't know what I could have or whatever, and I was reading ingredients, and I hadn't had Cracker Jacks in forever, and that's like a kid favorite, especially from the 80s. Anyways, that's like a kid favorite. You know what? I went and got it back and I read the ingredients. Guess what? You can have Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks. Okay? Those are like the bomb, and you can like have Cracker Jacks. And no,
we've made many friends.
My turn. I got something I gotta get off my chest. It's been on me for a while. I gotta get it off. While we're talking about this.
No name calling though.
Oh no. But it's gotta be said. It's gotta be said. It is time.
Okay.
It is time. By the way, we have friends, and if your friends understand that you're vegan, they should respect that you're vegan, okay? Vegan means no dairy, no meat, no eggs, no nothing, okay? So we understand that you may be, we understand that you're not vegan, you eat dead flesh and rotting guts. We get this, but when you get in our car, our house, or anything, and you are eating this shit,
and you want to
and
brag
suck
about
on a
it
chicken leg.
and say, oh my
No.
God, it's so good. Get the fuck out of here.
If I would have been in that car with him that day, I would have slammed on the fucking brakes and thrown her through a window. I'm sorry. I would have. I'm sorry.
So here's the problem. Yes, we made so many friends.
It's mean. It's
We've
rude.
lost so many friends and
Rude.
even family members.
And family. I have no family now
because-
because of this.
Because
We have
we are
compassion.
simply
All I have is
compassionate.
my kid. That's all I have right now,
And
family.
they are calling us assholes and stuff just for
Being
not
vegan.
conforming and being vegan and telling them and reminding them that, you know, it is wrong. You're taking away a life, which anyone should be reminded that. Do you,
Yeah.
someone who just, you know, murdered a child, you know, if they're not going to, if hypothetically speaking, if they didn't go to prison, are you going to pat them on the shoulder and be like, I support you? Yeah. No, you're
No.
going to bring up cruelty.
But they
You're
did
gonna bring
throw
up-
something at them.
Yeah, you're gonna remind them that they murdered.
Or
and
you're
that
going to tell
they
them
should,
little cellmates, so
they
go,
should
you
be
know.
held accountable. You know what I'm saying? They should be held accountable, and that's what I feel like with meat eaters. You murder, so you should be held accountable when, especially when
Yeah.
you know what you're doing.
And-
if you don't know what
and-
you're doing, it's a different story.
And when you're expressing yourself as a vegan and you're trying to get real with yourself and identify yourself as a vegan and be good, you should be able to express that. In my house, if I even mention that I'm vegan or say vegan chicken nuggets or anything like that, my family goes off on me. You and that damn vegan shit. You're a fucking vegan. You know what? That's right. I am a damn vegan, and that is how it is. If you do not like it, kiss my honky, okay? Kiss my white ass. That's all I gotta say. Kiss
At least
it.
we're doing something right. At least we're not pretending to the most horrific industry in the world. At least we're trying to inform people and help them change for not just their health or the animals, but for the fucking planet that's being destroyed by meat, the meat industry. I mean, how can you insult somebody that's trying to do, like, literally the best thing for humanity right now and for the animals? I think it's because you realize you're a fucking hypocrite, and I'm speaking for these specific extreme people that attack vegans, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a hypocrite and you realize it, and it offends you, so you take it out on the other person, reminding you of your cruelty instead of reflecting. You're not taking that anger and realizing that, oh, I'm doing something wrong, this is why I'm uncomfortable when she or he is speaking to me. No, you're getting mad and frustrated, and you're taking it out on the person that's simply reminding you of the reality you're pertaining to. So
Yeah.
you have to realize that we're doing the right thing, and you need to.
We're trying to save the world while you're trying to destroy the world. And I'm the dark one, but I ain't trying to break the world up. I'm trying to keep it together, man. We need peace in this fucking world because it's going down the drain.
Animal agriculture is a leading cause of hunger around the world.
How can you starve a
Global
child?
warming.
How can you starve a child?
Starvation, because we're taking away from crops where they could be growing food. We're taking them crops away and
Thank you.
raising animals instead to just chop up and murder and rape.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing all these horrible things, and it's affecting. People say it's a personal choice. It's not a personal choice. You're actually hurting people. You're not just hurting people. You're hurting, obviously, animals. And
When you know the horse behind it, it's not a
it's
choice
not a
anymore.
choice.
You're
When there's a
just being
victim
asshole.
involved, it's not a personal choice. Like,
No.
okay, you dye your hair black, you know, be gay, be interracial, whatever, that's a personal choice, and it has absolutely no effect on anything. But when you take the life, pay someone to take the life of another animal that's causing world hunger and destroying the fucking planet,
That's on everybody.
that's on everybody. That affects everybody, not just another person, but everyone. So
the whole planet.
the whole planet. So we have to be responsible as vegans and call that kind of behavior out because we know the truth. You know, like, it wouldn't make sense to keep all that good information inside to ourselves. Like, that's that to me is selfish.
That's Snickers. And guess what? I didn't take her back to the animal shelter. You know why? Because I knew it was the wrong thing to do. When I had taken her back to the animal shelter, they would have euthanized her. Why can't you be mature like that and make decisions for like cows and chickens? Be mature and don't eat them because they have families and they have lives. And you wouldn't want to be taken from your family.
No, and it's so easy to be selfish. It is too easy to be selfish. And this is why you have to find the greater good in humanity. And you have to remember that you are a part of humanity and you make ethical choices that benefit everything. And you can also make horrible choices that negatively affect everything. So especially if you're wanting the world to be a better place and you're wanting to believe in a higher power, then why not try to
More power to you, but do the right
why
thing.
not reach that divinity that you're
Claiming.
worshiping and claiming? You know, why like stay at this level of where you don't evolve? You know, if you are
Any animal, at that fact, cows get bolts to their head.
Yeah, if
Like, do you want that done to you?
probably wrap up
I know
now.
we need to wrap
That's a
this up,
long video.
but I just want people to know that veganism is serious, and I don't care that you think I'm a fat beach whale. It's okay. I am vegan. I've lost weight, a tremendous amount of weight from my last
Yeah.
video.
And that's the thing. Before she was
And-
vegan, she was bigger. So she actually, by going vegan, you do lose weight, and it is healthier.
It just takes time.
It shows. Like, it really shows. No matter what size you are, you're gonna lose a few pounds by being vegan, because obviously
Oh, yeah.
meat stays in your body, and
And you'll feel
cholesterol,
so much better.
cholesterol, and all these other
Of course
things.
you
that
would, you do.
Calories.
So
Meat
much
has so
better.
much calories.
More. I've lost a lot of weight, and I can do more than I used to. I used to be wheezing after, singing or talking or anything. I'd be like really wheezing. Like, I used to be like, but now I'm like, hey man, what's up? Let's talk for an hour. I'm good. Let's go. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that one person won't make a difference going vegan.
It makes a
You
huge
actually- it
difference
makes a huge
because
impact.
you,
It does.
especially when you're active and you talk to people about it, you have a huge
Spread the
influence. You might get
message.
so much hate from other people, but there are a few people
don't let
listening.
them judge you. Don't
No,
let
don't let
them
them
define
Shame
who
you.
you
Don't let
are.
them shame you from
No.
talking about veganism. And
Let it motivate you more.
Exactly.
Let it be a
Let it
motivation.
steam. Let it rise. Let them know your
Let it be a
passion
feel
for being
burner.
veganism.
what did Martin Luther King do? Did he just stay silent when whites
Hell
were owning
no, he
slaves?
didn't.
No, he had a voice.
He
And
fought
he
for
was
them.
hated by everyone during his time.
Yes,
Just
he
about
was.
everyone that wasn't oppressed. So that just goes to show you that veganism is in that same kind of era right now. We're hated by a lot of people, but we are doing the right thing by speaking out.
And we're
against-
going to keep
It will
speaking
rise.
out because it's the right thing
because
to do.
one day, y'all, people that are against this message, y'all are gonna look back 20 years from now and say, "Oh well, they were really speaking of something that mattered," because half the population is vegan now. So
Thank God.
this is no, it will be in the future. 20 years from now, when they look back and they see that this really isn't an extreme. It's not an extreme message. It's a message of love and compassion, and we're trying to. Change
And we
the world.
love y'all so much. And that's why we're talking about this, because we really love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are my darklings. I'd do anything for you. I love you. You're my fans. We're going to go places. We're going to the top. Y'all are coming with me. And I just want y'all healthy. This is not me being a bitch or anything. This is me telling you, hey, man, I love y'all. Let's try to get healthy together.
And I think a lot of them see that you are coming from a place of love, and the only people that
I don't hate anybody. I have no hatred to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, even people who hate me and talk crap about me. I don't hate you. I just want you to be mature and change your ways. Because I would never diss you like you diss me. I mean, yeah, I've said that stuff back to you because you started getting really, really bad. And yeah, I'll give you credit. You might have got under my skin a little bit. But you know what? I learned from it. I'm not letting it define me. I'm not letting it stop me. I am going to keep making my music. I'm going to keep doing my interviews. I'm going to keep making videos. I will be here every day, all day. You will never stop me. I am the dark one. I have my darklings. They are what matter. If you're going to hate on me,
Just
then
remember, if you're
forget
hating
it.
on her, that she is getting more successful every time she puts something out, and she has a huge interview coming up, so she'll gain a lot more followers at that time as well. So no matter what you do and say, if you're hating, it's a waste of time. Doesn't really.
Yeah.
You can hate whatever, that's your choice, but you're just wasting your time, really.
and I am vegan, so don't let
She's
my
vegan. I'm a
fatness
witness.
fool you.
He's a witness. We're
Don't
all
let the
witness.
fatness fool you, because just because I'm fluffy and full of love doesn't mean that I'm a big tub of lard and eat meat and shit, because I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No,
That's
and
gross. I can't even go to a grocery. Let me tell you.
And they
I
even
know we gotta
admit
wrap
that
this
you-
up soon, but let me tell you. I went to a grocery store with my parents one day, and let me tell you something. I watched like everybody, not even just them, but them and like 10 different couples or whatever, fight over a pack of meat. You know what I saw in my mind? I saw like a lion going after a zebra, like fighting for that zebra meat. Like, oh my god, it was nasty, man, nasty. Blood and guts spewing everywhere, nasty. I swear, I thought I saw blood on everybody's hands because they was all fighting over this pack of meat. It's gross, y'all. It is gross. I'm sorry, but it's gross. I can't even go near a grocery store watching that
It's
stuff.
very cruel. Like, you don't want to hurt an animal. So if
You
you,
don't need
do,
to.
if you do,
And these are our babies too. This is Fash, and this is Morts.
She
Yes.
always makes it in the video.
Yes, she always makes a video, but this time she's
Somehow,
forced in
someway.
it.
She just showed
oh
up.
yeah, and you made that happen. She
Oh,
like
yeah.
did some
I had to
mind
make
trick
it.
on you probably. She was like, make me appear in the video. So that's probably why
Right.
you picked her up.
Right. They're babies. They're all babies.
Yeah.
They're special babies. Get fancy.
David, so yeah, you like the cats. You like this
I'll
part.
get fancy in the video. Get a box. And I have a surprise guest coming. Surprise guest, my baby. Our baby. We love our baby.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a replica stuffed
In
animal.
one
made.
of my videos I mentioned, because Fancy was, I told y'all that Fancy had passed away or whatever, and she was coming back. Well, when I said that, I didn't mean like I'm raising her from the dead. I'm not a necromancer, but this is Fancy.
Fancy.
This is Fancy.
Good,
It
where
looks
it can be-
backwards, but
Well, it'll be, it's backward to us, but it
oh,
won't
but
be.
well, there's Fancy. This is our Fancy baby. She is in this box. I feel so bad. I love. Let me tell you how smart Animals is. Okay, that box there has Fancy in it. Flash, the little orange cat you just seen, loves her so much. When she
Yeah.
first got home, he would lay by the box and be
Yes,
sad. Okay,
He sensed stuff. He knew she was
he's
there.
smart. Okay, that's how smart an animal
Yeah.
is. They can sense that stuff. So really, leave the freaking animals alone. I'm trying to tell people, but please, for me, my Darklings, for me, my haters, for everybody who is not vegan that thinks that they will never be vegan, Granny. Anyways,
That's not
sorry,
true.
but fucking please try. Try. At least make the freaking effort, because you preach about God and everything at me. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, take your God and shove it up your ass, because your God is not my
You
God.
preach to her about how she's living a sinful life, and yet you are literally the one causing and
Sinful.
inflicting pain on another being that actually is capable of emotion and, you know,
I
feelings,
think you were
basically.
stopping.
So,
So yeah, you just need
Think
to
about it.
stop. Please stop. I love you, my Darklings, and this literally is not to be a hateful video or anything. I'm coming from love. But please, please stop eating meat. Please, please stop consuming dairy and animal products. Please just leave the animals alone, because they just want to live their lives freely as you want to live your life freely. They don't tell you what to do, so please stop trying to eat them. Please, I'm begging you.
Would
I
you
love
eat your
you.
dog or your cat? Think about that.
I love you. We love you. Please, for us, please try. And the ones of you that are trying, thank you so much for taking the time and effort. Please listen to my song Animals. It has good message in it. Please listen to it. I love you, my Darklings, and I'll see you later.
Go vegan.
Amen.
Peace.